the Tornado. Towards center circle here, Brian Munoz trying to immediately chase it down. Instead, it'll be Spirit Lake on the early attack into midfield. Now it'll be sent back down that way, and Tornadoes will play it just outside the center circle. Jose Oropeza up ahead. Here's Munoz. He'll take a shot, kind of whiff on it, and a nice save by Eli Robinson. Munoz didn't quite get all of that on the kick. And back out towards the center circle. Tornadoes control. They'll push it back. They'll end up over to Brian Martinez. Now up ahead to Munoz. Now back near the center circle. Tornadoes continue to be on the attack. Now they're going to throw it up ahead. Is it too strong? Is the question. It'll be immediately kicked out of bounds. Coming back is Gavin Elser. Elser comes back to kick it out of bounds on the defensive side of things. So getting ready to pass it in will be Brian Martinez. Passes it into the box, settled down by Munoz, who has to try to angle it. It might have went off of the Indians, and it did. Now coming over will be Jose Oropeza. Front corner kick, the first one for Tornadoes. Oropeza with the run up. Now a little center back, top of the box, pushed wide. That's going to come off of the foot of Adriel Melendez and out of bounds. A goal kick for the Indians. Trying to get it back out of their attacking third and having a difficulty doing so. But now they get it out to midfield. Tornadoes will kick it out of bounds, and that's where the Indians will take over. Passing it in will be Caleb Lee. That pass might have just been blown right back out of bounds, so the Tornadoes, just shy of midfield, will take over. That's going to be a header up into the air, bouncing onto the right side. Back out towards center circle. It's Austin Harms pushing it up ahead. Nice header there by Lopez. That's going to be settled down near the center circle, almost turned over. And now pushed to the far side of the field to Derek Hernandez. Hernandez just over the circle. Will be pushed up, and doing battle right there is Zuniga. Zuniga now with a move. He'll push it back to Munoz. We'll go back to the center circle to Oropeza. Right now it feels like 43 down on the field for these two teams. Winds out of the north at 8. Actual temperature of 47 here in Storm Lake. That'll go out of bounds and stay with the Indians. Justin Ham will pass it in. Rob Spires passes, and it's going to go right to Lopez, who immediately gives it right back up. Chance for the Indians off of the deflection. That shot's high arcing and too strong. Austin Harms. Tornadoes had a relatively good chance early on for a score. It's 46-25. Turned over. Nice job by Max Ditzworth. Ditzworth, the coach's son. Alan Ditzworth, head coach of the Spirit Lake Indians. That's going to go out of bounds as the Tornadoes able to settle it down. Now it's going out towards the Spirit Lake attacking third. That's going to go right by. Here's Zuniga. He'll pass it up ahead. That's going to be deflected, and now a foot race down. Munoz out in front of everybody. Goalie trying to decide whether to go out, elects not to. So the Tornadoes have it to the far side of the box. Into the attacking third go the Tornadoes. Spirit Lake defensively able to stop them for the time being. As the attack comes back, now it's Munoz to Zuniga. That'll be pushed back out. Passed over to Oropeza. Collision there as Sam Meyer takes over for Spirit Lake, who gets it taken away. Here come the Tornadoes. They're on the attack. Now out to Munoz. Munoz trying to angle it in. Shot is going to be pushed wide. Wasn't even necessarily a shot. Just kind of kicked it in the general direction of the goal. It goes wide. And ready to pass it in will be Gabe Pullman. That'll go back out of bounds. staying with the Indians. Now it's Oropeza. Trying to pass it up ahead. Too strong and out of bounds. 34-50, no score. Playing these Lakes Conference rivals, the Spirit Lake Indians and your Tornadoes. Still pushing up ahead. Good chance here for Spirit Lake. Shoots it just wide. Put it where he had to. Just a little bit strong. A little bit strong there. That shot misses. Reyes now will have the run up. Tornadoes and Indians in this matchup tied. Nothing here relatively early in the opening half. And there's where Oropeza puts on a nice move. Now he's into the center circle. He'll be cut off, but the ball continues to roll, and coming up ahead to get it is going to be Zavala. Rodolfo Zavala. Here's Munoz. That ball's still loose. Chance of throw, and that's going to be kicked away. Nice job on the defensive side for Spirit Lake. Bailing him out is Reed Sorensen. As that was already past the goalie, Eli Robinson. Good opportunity there, and a collision right outside the top of the box, and that's going to put Melendez on his side. Tornadoes do get possession back as they're going to try to settle it out near the right flank. Now they're going to put up a shot. Ooh, that just goes wide. Looking chance there. 33-11 to go here in the opening half. Tornadoes trying to push for that 5-0 start. And now a foot race here will be cut off and actually going to be kept in bounds. Kyle Thompson got down to get it. Now it's going to be passed over to Meyer. Outside the top of the box, trying to turn around and push it. Here's a windup and a kick. Off a deflection. Reyes can't quite corral it. Turns to score. Off of the deflection. Reyes initially had it. The goal is going to be scored by Sam Meyer. Sam Meyer's first goal of the season. And it comes with 32-38 to go first half. Sam Meyer scores and Spirit Lake leads 1-0. Numbers were certainly in Spirit Lake's favor on that, as the deflection came off of Reyes. Winding up with it was Austin Harms, which I guess you could give the unofficial assist to. Tornadoes now, they have another chance, trying to answer quickly, but cannot. They'll quickly turn it over. Tornadoes to the left side of the box, trying to have a centering chance. That might have been a handball. That's going to be pushed wide. Shot no good. No handball called as well. 31:55 to go here in the first half. Spirit Lake leads 1-0. Spirit Lake, on that note, is the first time they've scored in the series since 2017. Last time they've won in the series, you have to go all the way back to 2014. That was a 3-2 win there, as recently Tornadoes have dominated the series. And in that one goal they gave up, it was a 10-1 win for the Tornadoes. But that does end a streak of 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two. Now, I suppose the Tornadoes could get shut out, but at least for Spirit Lake, this ends a streak for them. 4 of the last 5 between these two, they've been shut out. Now trying to turn around and center it. That's going to be, if we get rid of it, now push it up to Melendez. Now they'll push it up to Melendez, coming up the right flank. Melendez gets it nearly poked away. Now we'll push it back, and that's going to angle its way into the center circle. Kyle Thompson takes over. Now we'll push it up ahead to Max Ditzworth. Ditzworth now trying to put on the moves and ends up getting around Hernandez. It's going to go out of bounds as Ditzworth will be the one to pass it in. He'll bounce it in to Caleb Ryder. Let's go outside the box, and that's going to be pushed there momentarily with Sam Meyer. Tornadoes down 1, 30-15 to go. Spirit Lake, conference rival here for this matchup. Stay with the Indians as Ditsworth will pass it in. Ditsworth Rocks tries to throw it in. They're going to go right back into the general direction of Meyer, and then we'll go out of bounds and stay with the Indians. Won't be a corner kick. They'll have to pass it in just shy of the far corner. Ditsworth to pass it in. High arcing pass, a lot of green uniforms, so they'll get it out for the time being. Trying to settle it down, and doing so is Zuniga. He'll pass it up ahead to Oropeza. Oropeza now chips it up ahead, and that's going to be offsides. Too strong. Munoz as well, and Fernando Reyes running down after it. Chipped just a little bit too strong ahead of him. Justin Ham will get the free kick and will kick it up ahead into the attacking third for the Indians. Oropeza up ahead to Melendez. Melendez has been poking around the defender. What a move. Now he's into the right flank. Melendez ahead to Munoz, who's into the box. Munoz right side, tries to angle it, centering chances to go out of bounds. So the goal kick there is Sanchez was there with a chance as well. Angled back in as the Indians again have another chance for a run out, and guess who? Sam Meyer will be cut off, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds. Gives the defense a chance to reset itself. Morales kicks it out. Here's Harms. He'll pass it in. That's going to be angled towards the goal. Nice job by Reyes of coming out and getting it. Passing it ahead. That's going to be up to Zavala. Over trying to angle him off was Caleb Ryder. It'll go out of bounds. Substitution coming in. Exiting. Different substitution. Valentin Sanchez comes in. Exiting will be Fernando Reyes. There was one other substitution during that as well. 27-40. Still 1-0. Tornadoes trail by 1. On up and the kick by Ham, and that's going to be headed back by Lopez. Valentin Sanchez now trying to get under that. Instead, the Indians will have a chance to seize part. Chance pushed to the corner, and that's going to just stay wide. Reyes is going to be slow to get up as well.
Oh no.
Coming in was Kyle Thompson. And like Reyes does, he will come out and try to get it, and he is slow to get up. And out will come head coach Ben Shakurki to talk with one of his goalkeepers. 27-10, and this would be a big loss. They allowed 1 goal, 10 saves on the season. That goal coming against Sheldon. So 27-10, 1-0. The Indians lead the Tornadoes. Keep an eye and see what ends up happening with Reyes. Aceguedo with his first run up, then it'll come out. It's going to go ahead or right to midfield. And now it is going to be chased down by Sanchez. Now it'll be settled back for the Tornadoes. Playing catch with it is Valentin Sanchez up ahead. Angling it back towards the center circle, and that's going to end up back with Oropeza. Ahead, the Indians angle it out of bounds. So coming up will be at the half, we'll hear from Storm Lake girls coach Allison Murtu. Her team victorious Monday as well against Sheldon. First win of the season for them. So they are also playing Spirit Lake on the road. Here's Sanchez. He'll try to angle it back out towards Zavala. Trying to center it back over to Zuniga, but couldn't quite find it. Tornadoes now up the left or right flank rather. That'll go out of bounds. Oxen fires. Tornadoes 26 minutes to go in the opening half. They're down as that's going to go out of bounds before the kick was made by Thompson. Ball landed on the near boundary before the kick was made. Here is the pass in from Martinez, and it's going to be Zuniga with it. It'll be over towards Munoz and taken away. Back towards center circle. It's going to go to Ditzworth. Ditzworth header back to himself, essentially. And that's going to be a battle between Zavala and Ditzworth. Ditzworth angles towards the sideline. It goes out of bounds off of the Tornadoes. So it's going to be Ditzworth angling it back. Strong kick. It's going to go up into the air. See if the wind plays with it. It does not. Osagueda makes the catch at the top of the box. Osagueda gives it a kick, and it'll be a bounce. Here's Munoz. He's got a chance. Goalie's coming out. Shot too strong. And that just over the top of the goal. And a chance. The goalie, Robinson, I think made the shot a little tougher by coming out as they aim a little bit higher with it, did Munoz. Goal kick by Elser. 24-40. Still in the first half. The JV game ended in a tie at 1-1. Storm Lake still looking for their first goal in this one. This will be pushed around. Here's Zuniga. He'll push it back as Oropeza off of a Indian up in front. I believe that went off of Justin Ham. So here's Valentin Sanchez doing battle. He'll angle it back in, and here comes Oropeza with it. Oropeza, Zuniga, back to Oropeza. Rather, that's Munoz. So this will be pushed to the far side and out of bounds. Too strong for Rodolfo Zavala. 24 minutes to go. First half. Spirit Lake up 1-0. It's trying to be turned around. Zuniga with it. Passes it to Oropeza. Oropeza trying to get it into Melendez. Can't do it. It'll go back to Brian Martinez. Martinez, a good battle near the boundary. Who's it off of? It's off one official's pointing the way of this and went off of the Tornadoes. The other one's off of the Spirit Lake. And after some deliberation, they do agree that it is going to be Storm Lake ball. And the official pointed one way, and it looked like he overruled it, decided against the overruling. Now here's Sanchez. He'll just throw it up ahead, a little too strong, and out coming to get it's Robinson. He'll throw it to the right flank. He's back on the attack, and Ditzworth possibly a little slow as a substitution will come in for him. Substitution near mid-circle. Looks like it's Caleb Ryder for Spirit Lake. 22-44. It is Caleb Ryder. Tornadoes back and trying to turn it around are the Indians near center circle. Zuniga can't get it to go. Now it's going to come back over to Sanchez. Sanchez pushes it ahead off a deflection back to Valentin Sanchez. That's going to be floated up towards the top of the box. Nearly mishandled. Now they're going to push it to the corner. That ball will actually get out of bounds. And that kind of works to Storm Lake's favor. So here's Martinez. Martinez to pass it in. He'll do just that. It'll end up at the legs of Munoz just outside the box. Back to Martinez. Martinez has a little room, and that's going to be chipped back out. Off of the toe of a Spirit Lake defender trying to turn it around. That's going to go out of bounds off of Lopez. Substitution there. I'll pass ahead, and that's going to be Lopez. Lines off of Lopez. Tornadoes down by 1, 21-23. Osagueda coming out to get it, but before he could, is Emmanuel Morales kicks it out of bounds. High arcing pass. Morales with the header. It's going to come right back near the boundary, trying to turn it inside. Thompson. But instead, Oropeza with it. He'll pass it up ahead off of a Spirit Lake deflection. He'll go to Zuniga. He'll go to center. Elser with it. And then pass it around. It goes to Harms. Tornadoes. So that's going to be back to Sanchez. Spin move there as Harms is keeping it. Harms has the unofficial assist off the first goal that was scored by Sam Meyer. Here's Kyle Thompson. Angles one. Acequeda uses the gloves and makes the catch. Boy, another couple of inches higher, and that would have been trouble for Acequeda. There's Munoz. That'll be settled down. Now racing over there. Excuse me, trying to angle it in. And John's pushing it wide. Here's Munoz and stoppage. And Munoz a little sore on that landing. So we go back to Spirit Lake. 19:53 to go. Munoz a little bit shaken up after the play, but still in. So it's Oropeza. Now he'll pass it up ahead. That's going to go to Munoz. Munoz settles it outside the box, rifles it. That's going to be kicked. So the near side of the goal. 19 and a half to go, first half. Spirit Lake scored with just over 32 and a half to go. So a little bit of a scoring drought for them. Tornadoes have yet to find the scoreboard here in this one. For the Tornadoes, they've really been a second half of any given half team this year so far. This will be bounced up ahead. It's going to be Martinez. He'll try to angle it and just gets rid of it out of bounds. Hanging up ahead, here's Kyle Thompson. He's cut off by Martinez. So a corner kick chance for Spirit Lake. Looks like Austin Harms will be the one to do the corner kick. He'll run up, turns, angles, chance, and Acequeda sees a lot of bodies there. A good angled in chance, actually, from Harms. Now the Tornadoes trying to push it up ahead. Here's Munoz back near the center circle. Munoz up ahead. He's got Melendez. Melendez, can he angle it in? He's going to get run over. And a save as he had to take a sharp angle shot. No good. Now coming back out is Oropeza, as that's going to be a header out of bounds. That's going to go out of bounds and right back to the Tornadoes. A couple of times we've seen that as the wind plays some trouble here for various pass ins. So it's going to go out of bounds off of the Indians. Seemingly, as I'm sitting here at the field, if you're going south to north, or right to left, if you will, it proves more troublesome than if you're going left to right the way the Tornadoes are. That's going to be pushed up ahead, trying to get there, but just not able to. It's right. 17:15 to go. First half, 1-0. Getting ready to pass it in will be Jonas Sandy. Right to Oropeza. It will go off of a deflection. That's over to Zuniga. Going back out as Tornadoes trying to get back on the attacking side of things. Had a good chance, a couple of good chances out of the gate. This will be over to Zavala. Stopped in its tracks by Justin Hand there midfield. That'll be angled towards the boundary. And out of bounds, actually it's going to be kept in. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds, but instead the Tornado was able to push it towards the center circle. Turning around, now it's going to be passed up ahead to Munoz. Munoz almost puts on a move there. Munoz looking to see where he can go with it. Up near the attacking third. Now we'll just push it up ahead. Goalie's running out. It's Melendez. Can't get there in time as Eli Robinson slides down at the top of the box and makes the save. 16:08. Makes the stop rather than the save. But it's top of the box. Marquez out of Munoz. Munoz trying to thread the needle. Doesn't quite get it done. As that's going to go out of bounds off of Spirit Lake. Ryan Martinez will be passing it in. As Melendez goes off for the Tornadoes, and coming off for the Indians is Caleb Lee. Sean Yang enters for the Tornadoes. Let's see who entered for the Indians. Turning around, shot off the post, no good. Now it's coming in Tornadoes score with 15:29. And off of the deflection, I believe that's Fernando Reyes who scored it.
Yes, you're correct.
So Fernando Reyes gets the goal there. And we're tied. So another one off the deflection, similar to the Sam Meyer goal, except this one went off the crossbar, or the post rather than the goalie. Zuniga had the original shot. And we're tied at 1. For Reyes, that's goal number 3.
He does that so well.
On the season. Now is Tornadoes on the scoreboard a little earlier than they usually do, as it's normally around 8 minutes, it seems, in a half, a little bit earlier as we're settling down under 15 to go first half, tied at 1. Lopez turns it around. That'll go over to Reyes, who just scored. That's going to be kicked up out of bounds off of Austin Harms. Trying to pass it through. It's going to be a header. Good thing, because right there was Munoz. Elser with the header. Here's Sean Yang. He's just going to almost take it away from Caleb Ryder. Now he goes back and does take it away from him. He'll pass it over to Fernando Reyes at the Storm Lake side of the center circle. Zavala now, as that's going to go out of bounds. And it does go to the Indians. Tornadoes. And Indians knotted at 1. They'll push it back in a whiff. Now it's a foot race. Sean Yang versus Gabe Pullman. Pullman is going to elect to just pick it out of bounds as substitution for the Tornadoes. Exiting will be Cortez Oropeza, and entering looks like it will be Derek Hernandez. This will be passed in, as it is Hernandez on the substitution. Zuniga takes it away. Now he's got some footwork, top of the box. He's working through about 4 different defenders. Finally gets stopped. So here's Meyer. This is going to Oropeza. Oropeza on the goal, or on the season has a couple of goals. He'll angle it up towards Munoz, but coming out and making the stop is Robinson. Robinson takes it back out to midfield as the Indians try to clear and get on the offensive. They clear, but settling it near the center circle. This will be pushed over, and over comes Ryder with it. He's doing battle, and he's going to come through. Here comes Ryder. And that's going to head towards the boundary and go out of bounds. Ryder. Pass it in. That'll be bounced over to Sam Meyer, who has the score for Spirit Lake. Pullman, strong. Meyer turns around, shot no good. That got blocked before he even saw the goal. And here's Oropeza. He'll pass it to Sean Yang as they try to clear. Oh, it's Yang. He's out to midfield, and they do clear. Here's Munoz. Munoz taking on 2 different Spirit Lake defenders, and he's just going to run right by both of them. Munoz gets a better chance. He's going to center it. Zuniga lost the ball there, and Spirit Lake goes back the other way with it. Pedaling near the boundary as that's going to go out of bounds. immediately be turned over. 11:50 to go. Substitution coming out will be Oropeza. Coming in will be Sanchez. This is it in. Sean Yang loses the handle. Will go out. A quick pass in. Lopez. It's going to go right back off of the head of the Tornadoes, and a near disaster is averted as they clear. It'll end up going out of bounds, but it went off of the head of Emmanuel Morales, and it just kind of hung in the air. Osagueda came out and got just enough of it to not allow a scoring chance. 11 minutes to go. We'll pass it in. This will go in the direction of Harms, who has the unofficial assist on the goal earlier. There's Sean Yang, and he's going to have some room to work with here as he's going to pass it over. As that's going to go to Reyes. Reyes scored earlier, and it's going to get taken away. But right there to do battles Reyes. He will win the battle. And now they'll push it back to his teammates. It's 10.5 to go here first half. Ryan Martinez now up ahead, and that's going to go through Munoz, but it ends up to Sean Yang. Yang puts on a move. Now he's going to lead. Munoz in on the back again, second chance. And that's again the defenseman Justin Ham, and another save there. And to tip your cap to Robinson, he's putting himself in the place to make it the toughest shot, as that one skipped over and slowed it down just enough so the defenseman could get back and get it for the Indians. Now a goal kick here. 1-1 your score here, 9:40 to go. Goals from Sam Meyer and Fernando Reyes. Reyes is third in the season. 2 games in a row now. We had a goal against Sheldon as well. For Sam Meyer. His first goal of the season. So 9:10 to go. Opening half. Halftime we'll hear from head coach of the Storm Lake girls soccer team, Allison Mertu. Talking about the matchup they have tonight, the girls team, as well as a dangerous header. Foot race over Osagueda wins the foot race. As the girls team looks to make it 2 in a row. They play Spirit Lake tonight as well.
Come on.
That's going to be turned over. Osagueda a long way out of the goal, has to come back out to the top of the box and get it. And a header, Tornadoes struggling to clear right now. That pattern will continue for a moment, and now they'll push it out. They'll come over to Reyes, and they'll get it back onto the Storm Lake side of the center circle. And Reyes over to Munoz, who whiffs on it. It'll come back over to Sanchez. Sanchez trying to go to Zuniga. Now it's Munoz. Tornadoes. 7:55 to go. It'll be Reyes. We'll kick it short to Munoz. Munoz thinks about it, running up to it. Now does. Shot too strong. Diving Robinson went over him and out of bounds. Goal kick coming up is the Elster. I'll give you a score update from the girls game, as we'll see if that's gone final at the halftime break as well. Tornado girls 1-2 on the season. It's going to be settled by Munoz. Now over to Zavala. Zavala trying to go back to Munoz. Battle there. Munoz wins. He'll nudge it back to Sanchez, who will go back to Reyes. Goes to the Spirit Lake side of the center circle. Here's Sean Yang. Yang winds up. It's going to be right to Robinson. Tornadoes equalizer with 15 and a half to go. Here is Morales. Pushing it up ahead as that's going to go off with a deflection there. Here's Munoz. He's going to go up ahead to Zavala. Zavala centering chance. Zuniga. Munoz. He got blocked. Munoz turns. Chance. Wow, with a diving stop. Robinson. As he'll make the save there as the Tornadoes again have a chance but can't convert. Settles it down immediately as Meyer at the center circle turns it over to Lopez. Lopez over to Sanchez now. Sanchez in the midfield area, puts on the moves and gets around Thompson. He'll go out of bounds off of the
Number 10, whoever that was.
Tornadoes. Again, the Indians having trouble as once we switch here in half, it'll be interesting to see whether that's a wind or what the deal is. There's Munoz. So Munoz now doing battle with a lot of contact in that battle between Munoz and Harms, but equal contact both ways. Here is Zuniga. He's got a chance. That's going to be turned around. Sean Yang chases and directs traffic. He'll come back out to Fernando Reyes. Reyes now into the box. He's coming to the left side. Oh, what a block, Robinson, but chance there. Players will line at the top of the box. It's going to go out off of Spirit Lake. So it seems. No, they're going to say it did go out for the Tornadoes. So it'll be a goal kick for the Indians. Another save there from Robinson. Come back out to center, and that's going to be Spirit Lake coming up ahead. And here's Kyle Thompson, and there will be a push here. Sanchez will get a push, and it will be chance here for the Spirit Lake. It'll be Ditsworth. Acegueda. Have a chance to see. Maybe they don't even try to kick it. Long look by Ditsworth, and that's exactly what's going to happen. What a save by Acegueda. They get right at him. He deflects it up and over the net. And that's result in the corner kick. Second corner kick unofficially for Spirit Lake. Tornadoes only had one, and that was early on. Corner kick, run up. Here's Harms. Had her collision. Wow, Tornado gets hit inside the box there, and that's going to end that in a hurry as it will be the Tornadoes to kick it from that spot. 3:15 to go here. Opening half tied at 1. Acegueda. The short run up and kick. It'll come all the way out to midfield. And it'll be settled down nicely by Zavala. Now it'll go over the side of Sean Yang. It'll go out of bounds. But we'll stay with the Tornadoes as it'll be Derek Hernandez to pass it in. Substitution, Lopez comes out and Juan Guzman's in for the Tornadoes. First time we've seen him today. 2:40 to go, first half tied at 1. Tornadoes seeing if they can get the lead for the first time in the matchup. They trailed 1-0 and lots of collisions. Here's a chance. Reyes looking for his second. He's going to run in and that's going to be pushed wide. Our side of the net couldn't quite get it to go. Reyes be a little frustrated with that as he had a running chance. Also with the goal kick with 2:13 to go. It's going to come up and be taken away immediately as it's done there from Thompson, but he'll turn it right back over. Here's Zavala. That's going to head towards the boundary, and falling away from the play is Harms. Battle near The center circle is going to be won by the Indians. Some nifty moves put on by Sam Meyer. Now the ball's put up ahead. Osagueda can't come out to get it. Instead, it'll be kicked out of bounds. Spirit Lake now into their attacking third. See what they can do. Here's a chance. Looking around. Shot wide. No good. And that was hooked big time by Kyle Thompson. Here's Osagueda. His final 1:15 to go in this opening half. Settles it down near the center circle is Reyes. Now they'll push it up ahead. Going back is Elser. He'll pass it out of there. Final minute to go. Trying to push it up ahead to Ditzworth. Instead, Osagueda comes out. He'll dribble it a couple outside the goal box and we'll pick it up. 45 seconds to go here in the first half of things, and here's Munoz with a chance. Now they'll push it up ahead. Munoz, a little bit too soft on the pass that was trying to go to Zavala. Instead, Spirit Lake takes it away. Now with 30 seconds to go, this will be pushed back towards center circle. Reyes with it. Final 25 seconds. Reyes. Now we'll try to thread the needle to Sean Yang. Can't quite do it. 20 seconds to go. This will be pushed back, and it will be kicked by Osagueda. A little bit of indecision there. It doesn't do anything. Final 10 seconds. And the Tornadoes and the Indians are going to halftime tied. After one half complete, we're tied at 1. Goals from Sam Meyer, his first of the season, and two left to score, as you see it, south to north here at the and there we go, the Tornadoes. We'll see if they can push for a strong second half here. Here's Zuniga up ahead. That's going to go back to Sanchez off a deflection. And here it is again, Ryder. That's going to be out towards center circle. Zuniga up ahead. That's going to go to Munoz. Munoz to Reyes. Reyes back to Sanchez. All pretty much within the center circle. So now the sideline boundary. They're going to try to see what they can do defensively, as now it's Morales over. Morales to Munoz, who will not be able to corral it in. Not bad off of Lopez. That's going to be Lopez now as Spirit Lake goes on the offensive. Going off of Sanchez, and it's going to be Derek Hernandez getting it back out towards the center. Out towards midfield, here's Melendez. He'll push it up ahead, looking for Munoz, can't quite find it. So Munoz, now over to Reyes, will push it up ahead. That's going to go to the top of the box, trying to angle it in hard. Shot is going to be saved. Back out towards midfield, 38-24 to go here in regulation as we're tied at 1. See if anybody can get a score. Here's Ditzworth with a good-looking chance. Osagueda comes out. No. Ditzworth was already around Osagueda, but it goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's off of the Tornadoes. Ditzworth couldn't believe it. He thought he had a goal, and he did have a good-looking chance once Osagueda came out to try to get it. So we'll stay with the Tornadoes. Ditzworth. Strong, high-arcing throw is going to be headed back down by Sanchez and back out of bounds off of Hernandez. Ditzworth. The ball over to Austin Harms, see if he has any better luck trying this pass in to see if they can get a better entry pass. Top of the box, they kind of do, but the Tornado defense looking pretty good. Now they're going to turn around, and that's just going to be kicked back out to the side flank. That's tipped in the air. Boy, too strong. Second time we've seen Osagueda out of position. Tough angle. It would have been a tough shot for Thompson to get. He did force Thompson to get the tougher shot. So the score remains tied at 1, 36-55. Here's Reyes. This will roll back out to Zuniga. Zuniga now up ahead. That's battle near midfield, but Tornado's not quite able to push through. Passing it up, trying to get something going. It's been a little bit tough, and here's angled towards Munoz. Munoz trying to push it to center, nobody home. And the Tornadoes will give it right back to Spirit Lake momentarily. Tornado player trips. He's going to be a little shaken up after it. Didn't see who took the tumble there. 36-15.
Probably Fernando has red shoes, right?
As another Tornado. Slow to get up.
Yeah, it's Fernando.
Having the
Yeah, it's Fernando.
shin, knee area. It's Fernando Reyes that's down. He scored the goal of the matchup for the Tornadoes. He'll get up and seemingly be able to walk it off. Here's Munoz. Munoz settling up here for a kick opportunity.
All right, let's do it.
Just outside the box on the right side. Munoz right was
Oh!
Oh, chance was too strong. Coming in was Zavala. If he would have been about another 3 steps out, he would have had a good chance. But the shot again, similar to the game against Sioux Center, they get one taken away with the crossbar there. That's just going to be too strong. Here's Sanchez. Sanchez will turn it over near midfield. Now they'll push it up ahead. Nice job by Lopez of at least slowing the momentum that's going to go out of bounds off of the Tornadoes. Well, it didn't completely stop things. It did. Here comes Hasegueda out to get it. He'll pick it up. Thompson there in close proximity had he been not able to get that. Hasegueda with the run up. It'll be a high kick that will end up on the Spirit Lake side as that's going to go into the direction of Munoz again. Push it back, Munoz ahead to Reyes. Now it's going to be a foot race down there. Who's going to get down there? It's Zuniga. Shot scores! Tornadoes take the lead with 34-25. And for Alejandro Zuniga, that's goal number 5 on the season. This after coming off a 2-goal night against Sheldon. Tornadoes take their first lead as well. Zuniga picks up the goal. Tornadoes 5-1 up for the first time in the match. Push it back. Kyle Thompson trying to run it down. He'll not be able to do so. Back towards Hasegueda. Hasegueda. Header is going to go right off of Harms and out of bounds. On the near side to pass it, it'll be Derek Hernandez. He directs traffic, now trying to look around and see exactly who he wants to pass it into. He'll try to lock it out towards Zuniga. And instead a high arcing kick will go off of the head of Lopez and out of bounds. Tornadoes. That's going to be passed over to the side. It's going to go off the head of Caleb Reiner and out of bounds. I'll push it up ahead as the Tornadoes can't quite get it turned around. That's going to be angled towards the center. Spirit Lake looking for a quick tie over there, racing for it. It's Thompson. And out of bounds is Brian Martinez. So Martinez does get it out of bounds. Substitution coming in. It'll be Caleb Ryder exiting. And entering will be Jonas Sandy. Looking for a pass in. Hernandez will kick it as stoppage there for the time being. Tornadoes will keep the ball 32-45 rather. That's going to go up over Adriel Melendez. Now they'll try to push it. Awkward bounce back towards Acegueda, but wide of the net. And that will be corner kick chance for the Indians. Going over there for the corner kick will be Austin Harms. Harms has an unofficial assist on the Meyer goal. Spirit Lake looking for the tie. Here's a chance. It's going to be headed back out, centering. And that's going to go off a deflection. Acegueda comes over, makes the stop. Reed Sorensen's shot got deflected. 32 minutes to go. Tornadoes hoping for a chance to work to a 5-0 start. They lead 2-1 right now. Scored the only goal of the second half so far. It was a Zuniga goal. That's going to be a stop there. 31-31. Kick here for the Spirit Lake Indians. Digging in the run-up from Harms. Strike, and too strong and well wide of the goal. Going back for the goal kick. Will be Hernandez. On the run-up and the kick. Come back out to center circle. Collision there as Zuniga was involved. Now they'll push up ahead. Here's Ditzworth. Ditzworth trying to pass it. It's going to go to Acegueda, who comes out and makes the stop. Acegueda runs up top of the box, and he'll go back out towards center circle. There he is. Rapeza up ahead. Here's Munoz. Munoz by himself. Puts on the box and it's blocked. Tornadoes have a chance. They should just throw it towards the goal, and they do. That chance just saved. And as Elser comes back, and initially it was the goalie Robinson, but he was out on his stomach. Tornadoes did the best they could with their secondary chance. Either one goes, but they still lead 2-1 with 30 minutes to go, second half. Tornadoes, sure like an insurance goal. So they can extend the lead. They've scored the last two, now coming out again and scooping it well before Zavala could even get to it. It's the goalie Robinson. This there is, it's going to be Lopez heading it up to Sanchez. Sanchez passes it through Oropeza, now over to Zuniga. Up ahead to Munoz, and Munoz, I believe, is likely offside. Under 30, 2-1. Girls team won 2-0 on the road. They're now 2-2. Going to be doing a run up here. The feels like has cooled down a degree as we've moved along. It's now feels like 42. Wind out of the north has picked up a Scotia as well, now at 10. Actual temperature is still reading 47 here in Storm Lake. Tornadoes. And Indians doing battle here in this Lakes Conference matchup. Indians 1-3 coming in. Lost their last matchup to Sioux Center 2-1. For the Tornadoes, they come in winning all 4 of theirs so far. A couple of shutouts in there as well. This is going to be pushing ahead. Now coming up, here's Zavala. They'll wind and it'll be saved. The launches it towards the goal, not able to do much with it, as that's going to be Robinson. That's going to be Lopez there in the center circle doing battle. Lopez, for the time being, will give it off to Sanchez, back to Zavala. Zavala doing battle with Sandy. That's going to be pushed up ahead to really the Spirit Lake defense. And chilling things a little bit here in Storm Lake today. Jonathan Comer here with you at Tornado Field on StormLakeRadio.com. We're on the video stream. Arcing pass in, turning around, and that's going to go off of the Indians. It'll be a corner kick from the far corner. Going over there to do it will be Jose Oropeza. Unofficially, only his second corner kick. The Tornadoes, they had one early on. So here's Oropeza from the far corner. Kicks it, marks it to the top of the goal box, coming out and, in essence, punching it out of there with Robinson. Spirit Lake clears, and that is going to be offsides by a long shot. Up ahead of everything was Sam Meyer. $6.50. Tornadoes up by a 1. Derek Hernandez to kick it here. 26.5. Tornadoes up by 1. They scored the last 2 throughout the game. Their first goal was given up at 32.5. There's Zuniga. He's trying to settle down. He can't do that. It'll go back out to Thompson. Thompson doing battle over there with Brian Martinez. It'll go out of bounds off of the Tornadoes. So we'll go back to the Indians. That's going to be headed back, and chasing it is Emmanuel Morales. Morales now is going to be headed. He makes sure no one gets behind him. Morales settles it back to Acevedo. Lines up, kicks off his own guy, turns it over, Dinsworth. Shots! Going to go over the net. And boy, that would have been a silly way to give up a goal there. Kicked it off his own guy, and now a goal kick. Tornadoes fortunate not to give one up there. So we'll go back out towards the center circle. Trying to even things up, get the equalizer are the Indians. Tornadoes trying to get an insurance goal, and that's going to be bouncing. Acevedo picks it up, and we'll walk it to the top of the box. 25-15 to go here in this matchup. 2-1, so I guess you could say in regulation still. Oh, and then striking distance still for Spirit Lake to tie it. Haven't had a necessarily sensational look since their first score. The Tornadoes had one couple defended off the crossbar. They had one bounce off the side post, and which worked out to be to the goal. And the goal is both goals have been scored off deflections before the Zuniga goal. That's going to go out of bounds. Sanchez is it off to teammate Hernandez. Hernandez passes, looking for Munoz. Instead, their battle there is again our officials pointing 2 different directions as to who got it. They do give it to the Tornado, because that's going to be pushed ahead, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Spirit Lake. Tornadoes. And we'll pass it in will be Derek Hernandez. Hernandez bounces it to Sanchez. Sanchez back, aiming for Hernandez. That's going to go up ahead. Dinsworth, can he run it down? Lopez instead, it goes off his knee and out of bounds. Trying to push things up ahead and see if they can get a quick score. As Spirit Lake instead it goes out. 23-23. Second half. Tornadoes up by 1. Trying to make it 10 in a row in the regular season, going back to the 2019 regular season, last time anybody played soccer prior to this year. It's going to go out of bounds. Final 5 of the 2019 regular season, into the state quarterfinal before falling to Lewis Central. Year before, made it to the state title in 2018 before falling to Pella. Going all the way back to 16. They have 4 years in a row of making it to the state tournament. Trying to pass it in, he'll be Jonas Sandy. See if Spirit Lake can try to tie things up. Sanchez tries to get rid of it. It'll go over to Melendez, and Melendez moves back, turns around, gets it taken away. Here's Thompson. That'll be kicked out of bounds. Staying with the Indians. Looks like Lee will bounce it in. That's going to go higher. We'll settle it. Ditzworth shot wide. Ditzworth is the certainly had a couple of chances here in the second half. Here's Sanchez, and we'll kick it out here for the goal kick. 21:45 to go. In regulation, 2-1, Tornadoes lead by 1. Sean Yang, he'll kick it up. Now the foot range, here's Munoz. Munoz with a strike, it's wide. Strike was wide. Munoz. A bit of a tumble there at the end as well. Tornadoes outside of their first win of the season. Closest win was a 2-goal win against Sheldon. That was Monday. They had a 1-0 win against Sioux Center in what was a game that was originally supposed to be played at Sioux Center, and then somehow got more interesting as that's going to be angled over to Sean Yang as lightning delay. That one, but the final 20-20 to go. That's going to be back out towards midfield. That's still pushed ahead. Tornadoes trying to track it down, unable to do so. Now they do, as that's going to be kicked out of bounds by Martinez. Angle it in is Spirit Lake. They're so far being able to do just that as it's going to be Sanchez. 20-20 to go here. Second half, 2-1 Tornadoes up by 1. Coming down Monday will be MOC Floyd Valley for the Tornadoes. And they go on a stretch where they have 5 out of 6 on the road after MOC Floyd Valley. That's up ahead to Munoz. That'll be angled up ahead. Munoz still working hard over there on the far side of the box. Win battle. So far winning the battle. That's all going to be taken away. And then after that, they wrap up this season against Boyd and Hall and Unity Christian, both at home. So a couple of home games to wrap up the year for regular season for the Tornadoes. Then they get into sub-state play, May 20th, 24th, and 26th. A couple of some good teams in that road trip as well. They'll play Bishop Elin, who's receiving votes. Spencer's receiving votes. And then in 1A, West Sioux in the earlier part of May. They travel to West Sioux, and they are receiving votes in 1A. Had a nice win earlier in the season against Humboldt, who at the time was receiving votes. Traveled to Humboldt to pick up that one. For these Indians, they come in, they fall into Sioux City West on the road against Spencer and versing Sioux Center at their place. Turning around in front, Ditzworth with another chance. That'll be kicked away. Zavala racing out to it as win on the season for the Indians. A 2-1 win over Sheldon Sibley Ochi. Similar to that, this is the Okoboji players on this team as well. It's going to be out of bounds. It'll go to the Tornadoes. Coming up for the Indians on Saturday, they will be at Okoboji. I guess you could say for part of the team it's a home game, for the other part it's relatively a road game, but they will play Sergeant Bluff, Luton, Gardner, Hayfield, Ventura. That coming up Saturday for the Indians. Sergeant Bluff Luton, that game's scheduled for 2. Gardner Hayfield Ventura, that game's scheduled for 4. And then they hit the road Monday at Western Christian. Later in the week, they'll be at Sioux City East as well. Both of these teams hitting a busy stretch, and both of these teams hitting the road as well as after the weekend homestand for a couple of games for the Indians. They'll be on the road for 4 of 5. Hanos trying to push it ahead. Here's Sean Yang battling and pushing it wide. These two match up again up at Spirit Lake May 6th. Corner kick coming up. Corner kick coming for the Tornadoes. It'll be Sanchez from the far corner. 16:48. The run up from Sanchez. High angle. Wow, what a great placement. Just a little bit too strong and trying to turn it around is Morales. He can't. Now Zavala gives it off to Reyes. Fernando Reyes has a goal already. Now he'll have to be pushing it all the way back out to Hernandez, who will just kind of kick it down in, and that'll be picked up by Robinson. Robinson back out towards center circle. Sanchez gives it back over. Sean Yang. That'll be taken away and pushed over to Lee. Lee kicking it up ahead. Here comes the Spirit Lake team as they're going on the attack. 16 minutes. 2-1. Certainly a chilly day for the mid part of April, as this is going to be passed around. Tornadoes able to get it out for the moment. Now with this flexion as Casagreda comes out to get it. Six in Storm Lake. And around now, a foot race ahead, and that's just going to be kicked out of bounds there from Reed Sorensen. Here's Hernandez. It's going to be bounced into Reyes. Coming over is Oropeza. Oropeza trying to put it out towards the goal and goes out of bounds. Tornadoes have scored the only goal they have. It was Alejandro Zuniga with the goal. It was his 5th of the season. Here's Derek Hernandez. To Oropeza. He puts it up ahead. Foot race there as it's going to be Robinson coming out to get it, and he'll kick it away back out towards midfield. It's nearly settled by Martinez. Now it is going to be Morales getting it back into the attacking side of the field for the Tornadoes. Pushing it over is Reyes up ahead. This is going to be a chance for Zavala. He's going to get it taken away from him. Instead, it's going to be deflected, keeping it in bounds. Here's Zavala. He'll pass it off to Reyes, still outside the box. Reyes tries to put on a move into the box. Reyes turning around, puts on a move, looking around. Now it's going to be kicked back out over towards Harms, and that's going to go out of bounds, staying with the Tornadoes. Like putting on the moves inside the box there was Fernando Reyes. Tornadoes still in search of that insurance goal, if you will. Lead 2-1. We'd like to extend that. High-arcing pass. Sanchez was right there, but it is instead going to be the Indians being able to, for the time being, clear, but instead now it's Munoz, and a whip there is going to be Reyes. So turning around now, Reyes able to settle it out near the left flank. Now they're going to try to push it towards the left wing side. Back over to Oropeza. Close to center now, back out towards the left flank. Oropeza settling on the left flank. He'll wind up, kick it towards the goal. It will bounce to the near side. No goal there as the Tornadoes continue to lead 2-1. Angling the pass out. It'll end up to Sandy, but immediately turned over. Peza looking for Munoz. The deflection as comes out to the near side as putting on the move to Reyes. Now they're going to just try to arc it in as Munoz trying to get down there as a 12-10 here. Some pushing and shoving there as the Tornadoes will have a free kick chance just outside the box. Looks like it's going to be Brian Munoz. Convert on one. Oh, we get them. Final 11:45. Munoz with the run up, a high strike wide is no good. Coming to move it is Robinson. Back out to center, and the Tornadoes trying to settle it. Munoz, right there is Zavala. He'll find Munoz. Munoz, a lot of white jerseys around him, is almost able to get through. But instead, it's looking Zavala settling it. He'll pass to Munoz, back to Zavala. Zavala can't quite keep it in the center, but here is Reyes. Reyes will push it to Sanchez. Sanchez, shot, push just wide, and sliding over there is Eli Robinson in goal. Elser, the goal kick here. It's 10:40. Angles it towards the sideline and just kicks it out of bounds. 10.5 to go. Tornadoes up 1. Munoz gets it taken away from him. That's going to be just in hand now. Pushing up ahead. Here's Dinsworth. Dinsworth puts on the moves, gets around Guzman. Now a chance up front, players falling down, and now it's going to be settled out to Meyer. And I believe we're going to have another stoppage and possibly a push, and a dangerous one just outside the top of the box. Now it's going to be a free kick from the arc. 9:40. Looks like it'll either be Dinsworth or Sam Meyer. You're on the free kick from the arc. Good chance here for the Indians to tie this matchup up. Dinsworth with the fake shot, too strong. The shot ended up coming from Sam Meyer, and he just was way too strong for the goal. Tornadoes a substitution, a couple of substitutions, in fact, coming in. Sean Yang goes out. It looks like Sanchez will also go out. Coming back in will be Alejandro Zaninga, as well as different Tornado over on that far side. Towards the center. Trying to push up ahead. A whole lot of foot racing. Chance! Brian Munoz scores. And the Tornadoes lead it 3-1. 8:40 to go as Munoz on the season. That's goal number 5. 3-1 as out to try to stop it was Robinson, but this time Munoz made full contact. And the Tornadoes' lead is now 3-1. Second time the Tornadoes have had a goal and run out style, if you will. Now Spirit Lake's got to feel a real sense of urgency as they're down 2 goals with 8.5 to go. Still time Time is on the side of the Tornadoes. Here's Munoz with it. He'll pass it over to the far side. And it cut it back off. Now going to Oropeza. And it feels like his Tornado team picked up a whole new batch of energy after the Munoz goal. Although, angle it to the near sideline and out of bounds. It's going to be Harms turning it over. Substitution for the Tornadoes. Coming out will be Hernandez. Coming in for the first time will be Emmanuel Sanchez. Comes in, stoppage. He was pretty excited to come in. He was throwing it in while the substitute was still getting off the field. So it will be Sanchez, and the 7.5 to go. Tornadoes up 3-1. Munoz picks up goal number 5. He joins teammate Alejandro Zuniga. Zuniga picked up his 5th
That is
today
so
as well.
confusing. There's 2 flipping balls going on. What's going on here?
We have a stoppage here as second soccer ball enters the field of play. 7:05 to go. Tornadoes up 3-1. Spirit Lake on the attacking third for them, and they see how aggressive they turn things up, down by 2, as that's going to be pushed back out. Maybe the Tornadoes can score one on a run out. This will be dancing around with its Harms. That's going to go off a deflection. Now taken away as over there is Sanchez. For stoppage. 6.5 to go. Tornadoes out in front. Like I said, coming up for them Monday, they'll have NOC Floyd Valley. In the meantime, Munoz picks up a yellow card. Substitution, Munoz out, Yanger in. That's going to be settled down over on the far side, out of bounds off of the Tornadoes. Stay with the Indians. It'll be Caleb Lee to pass it in. 5:45 to go. Tornadoes up 3-1. They've scored the last 3 goals of the game. They've scored 15.5 to go first half, and they scored the last 2 in this half to take a lead and build on that lead. Spirit Lake scored with 32:38 to go in the opening half. They scored early. A run-up kick, trying to angle it in. Too strong, settling down over is Justin Ham. Ooh, off of a deflection. And that's going to be kicked away. Ham trying to angle it back in, can't do it. Lots of deflections now. As you can see, Spirit Lake trying to settle it. It's going to go out of bounds off of Spirit Lake. 5 minutes to go. Martinez, as he must have stepped on the line. Now the Indians with a chance. It's going to be Harms. High angle pass in, rolling to the far corner. It's going to be scooped up by Austin Wade. 4.5 to go. Tornadoes up 3-1. On up and the kick is going to be bounced ahead, and there's going to be a whistle, and I think they got the push that happened against Sean Yang, and that seems to be the stoppage here. It'll be on the Spirit Lake side of the center circle, and a stoppage here in time for the substitution. Coming out will be Brian Martinez coming back in for the Tornadoes. Substitution there, and clock continues with 4:10. High arcing shot, and that's going to be angled back up momentarily. Here's Reyes with it. Ensworth doing all he can to stop it, because the Tornadoes score here. It's going to be the icing on the cake. Final nail in the coffin, if you will. 3-1's going to be tough enough. Here's the shot.
Oh, that was a good save.
Follow with the shot and a save. Nicely done, and a whistle and a stoppage. I think they got it offside before the shot. And I have to go. Puck continues. The friend of the Tornadoes at this point is not up against it at all now. Racing over is going to be Zavala. Zavala putting on the moves. Now have a chance to center, no can do, and there's going to be a whistle there, and slow to get up will be Rodolfo Zavala. And it's going to go the way of the Tornadoes as well. 3:13 to go. Clock will stop as Zavala slow to get up. And that's going to be inside the arc as well. Zavala. It's going to be Reyes, or it's going to be Jose Oropeza to take what you expect to be a shot just inside the arc. Oropeza shot. Rebound in front, and it just hit it away. Oh, the chance was there, and Spearhead Lake dodges a bullet. Good shot from Oropeza, just enough on it was the goalie Robinson, and again, like it's been the case all day, defensively, Spirit Lake has bailed out. When the goalie goes out, they've bailed him out and given themselves chances. A collision there, as that's going to go the way of Spirit Lake. That's off of a deflection, and we're going to get a yellow card. That's going to be another stoppage. This yellow is going against Zuniga. He'll
Because he stepped in the way of the kick, is that what?
Yeah, he's 10 yards away from the kick before they kick it.
And there's a substitution coming on. I think the substitution coming on is Isaac Morales. 2:40. Tornadoes. Too close on some free kicks here towards the end. Shot saved.
Oh,
Sam Meyer. And another good-looking shot. This time Austin Wade and no problem. He is left early on in the opening half. It's a little shaken up on the play early on, and Austin Wade has been out there for the majority of the first half and all of the second half. Kind of a rotating goalie situation for the Tornadoes, as they can put either Reyes or Austin Wade in. Here's a shot that's wide. Austin Wade takes about a half step after it, and down to the final 1:45. Substitution coming in. See who exit is going to be Rodolfo Zavala. And that looks like Gabriel Melendez entering for the Tornadoes. So Melendez enters 1:45. Acegueda to kick it out. Tornadoes just 140 away from picking up their 5th win in as many tries on the young season. There's Melendez. He'll get tricked up ahead, and another whistle. Certainly hasn't been a lack of those as the final 1.5 minutes here is Oropeza directing traffic. Gentle let some time roll here. 1:15 up ahead. As that's going to be Reyes. Reyes turns it around, settles it back. He's guarded closely by Elser. Elser does a nice job to keep it in bounds. He'll go to Ditzworth, who gets cut off by Oropeza. Oropeza and Ditzworth doing battle as now the Spirit Lake Indians have turned this one around. They got a lot on the defensive side. Now they're going to have to try to pressure here late. Here's Harms. He'll pass it up ahead, putting up towards Sorensen. Players take a tumble, kick back out to the center circle. Final 35 seconds to go. Tornadoes on the offensive. That's going to go over to Zavala Leon. Now a foot racing collision there. And there will be a stop or a whistle. No. With that, it'll be a final 20 seconds here. Run up in. Your Storm Lake Tornadoes are going to be 5-0 to start the season, as they improve to having won their last 10 regular season games going back to 2019. The final 5 seconds winds off. Everybody looks at each other and let's call it a night. The Tornadoes win this one in the final of